It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely. Never very much longer. I've got to keep control. I remember doing the time warp, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
Tyson says there are multi-universes and multiple dimensions in the universe, but he won't concede that maybe they intersect. And if there's one curly-haired guy who happens to be standing right here when these things intersect, then maybe the ghost that he's seeing is actually something from the future coming back. Oh, I'm going to take you to a hotel down there that illustrates this. It's La Provincial Hotel illustrates this. First, we're going to go to the river, and I'm going to see if I can illustrate it with two ships going down the river and up the river, but the river is not smooth, the river bounces around, and maybe the ships don't crash into each other. And he has to pass that paddle wheel boat. Watch how this works. Boy, these two guys better be working together. This is our perspective. Let me give you an illustration. We think that sound goes like this.
But the lowest the sound a human ear can hear is down to about 20 of these a second. That's called frequency.
About 20 of these a second is the fewest a human can hear. By the way, the height from the top of the wave down to the trough of the wave is amplitude, frequency and amplitude. But wait, that one. How about a big blue whale in the North Pacific Ocean? And he's singing a whale song. I happen to know what he's singing. He's singing, gotta meet a girl, gotta meet a girl, gotta meet a girl. Because that's what they all sing. Down here at the southern end of the Pacific Ocean, we'll make this one pink, because it's a girl whale. And she can hear him from the other end of the ocean. His sound travels through the density of the salt water, and she can hear him. And if she's a smart whale, she's saying, what was your grade point average? What do you do for a living? And what is your credit score? Probably what she's saying is, oh, his eyes are so dreamy. And look, he's got a nice tight butt. Yeah, well, I have a nice tight butt too, so sit down and learn something, you damn whale. See what I'm saying? Their perspective of distance is different. That's the bridge that goes across the river. My Aunt Claynice lives on the other side of the river. That's why she has to get an Uber to take her home. She's a good place for me to teach you how to get into that time, space-time continuum and step through it to another place. Are you ready to learn? Okay, everybody stand up. Stand up where you are. Make a leap to the left, then a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips and make them work real tight. Do a pelvic thrust like you make them insane.
It's just a jump to the left.
course I can't on demand show you how to move through space, the space-time continuum. That's why we think this is a linear progression. So why don't you give your hand for trying to do the time warp with me? Terry Doolin, stop clapping. You did not even try it. Here at the Provincial Hotel, I have heard this story about 3 times. That here at the Provincial Hotel on Chartres Street, sometimes you go up to the 2nd floor of the building to check in, and then when you open the door to the 2nd floor room, what they report seeing is 4 people standing around what would have been, or what might have been, a table. It was tabletop. They don't see anything else. They don't see any patient. But the 4 people are dressed in the leather aprons like they would if they were Civil War doctors. One of the persons is sawing his arm back and forth, but you don't see a saw or anything like that. And of course you scream like this, and you slam the door and run away. Or what if that was an example of when dimensions intersected or crossed, and these guys are in there doing their work? You are the ghost who opens the door, and you interrupted them. That would be an interesting one. Up on the 2nd floor. The oldest building in the Mississippi River Valley is the old Ursulines Convent building, built for the nuns who came here after 1727. You may have heard something. There's a guy. So there are some stories about the Ursulines and something called casket girls, and involved middle-class French girls who were sent here to marry pirates. Really? Who sent their daughter to marry pirates? And the girls carried with them a suitcase with all of their possessions in it called a casket. And as it turns out, the caskets were shaped like coffins, and the Ursuline nuns were smuggling vampires, and that's why there are bars on the windows of the old Ursulines convent to keep the vampires from going astray. Well, it was either that, or it's to keep the young nuns from dropping ropes down to the boys down on the street. I was in my home group meeting one day last week, and a fellow said, to survive this disease, one must have the desperation of a drowning man. I thought about that one, and quite frankly, it might be less painful to die at the bottom of an ocean than to die at the bottom of a gin bottle. Hello? Yes, this is Mr. Doolin. Oh, no sir, that's my Aunt Clay niece. Please. No sir, she's not blocking the door of the courthouse. She's just resting. I'll be there. No sir, my Aunt Clay niece is not a terrorist. She's just confused. If you arrest her, she will be more confused. I'll be there presently. My name is Mr. Doolin. I will be there presently. I'm just a few blocks away. I'll take care of it. Let's go get her.
Claynice, come on. Hey, Claynice, come on, darling. Hello, buttons. I am beyond the veil. Oh, Lord, I think you really are beyond the veil this time. Hey, Claynice. Oh, my God, hey, Claynice. I just left you for a few minutes while we'll have to call an Uber, Claynice, to get you back to Shady Oaks Seniors Only RV Park and Resort in Bella Chase. Let's go, Claynice. We'll try to find an Uber for you. Jesus! Take the wheel! No, Aunt Claynice, that is not an Uber. No, no, Claynice. He's not stopping to take you back to Shady Oaks Seniors Only RV Park and Resort in Bella Chase. No, Claynice.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a physicist. The real physicist would probably laugh at me. Neil deGrasse Tyson would say, somebody get that guy out of here. Stephen Hawking, when he died, said, that's it, that's the end. We are not greater than the sum of our parts. Carl Sagan said, we are stardust, but we don't get to go back to the stars. So I'm just some amateur drawing with chalk pictures on walls and drawing a picture of a fish jumping from one wave to the next wave, a dolly. I'm not a physicist. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what? Come to think of it, I'm a theologian. As a matter of fact, I am. And under that heading, I most certainly do have something to contribute to this conversation. I know there is a beginning and there's an end. And I know who made the beginning and the end. I know the parts from which we are made. And I know who made them. Yeah. We're greater than the sum of our parts. I don't know how to explain it in physics. I'm a theologian, come to think of it.